my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make it.
Deanna, we're back for another episode. This is like a doubleheader in baseball. It's back to back.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of news this week, a lot of going on. There's a particular topic you're like, we need to have an extra episode, extra innings. It is playoff season. So what are you so excited about that we need to share with our listeners? What's going on?
I mean, I think we're going to hit probably one of the biggest use cases to hit Bitcoin. And it was announced today that Square is going to start accepting Bitcoin. And that's a huge use case. Yay.
Wait a second. Square.
Yep. Yes.
Which is a Jack Dorsey enterprise. Is that fair? Yeah.
That is
fair. That a heart or a square? Square.
Square. Like the square. It's hip to be square.
Hip to be square. That's
I was old, right?
Man, if I had that ready. Wow, but I don't. I don't have that ready. I do have the announcement about it. I mean,
let's see it. You know, I do.
Tell me what you know, and let's get this thing up on the screen. Go ahead.
I feel like it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with Jack Dorsey. Like he's definitely on the forefront. I don't know necessarily about like if I agree with everything, but he can see things in technology, right? So obviously he was the founder of Twitter. He co-founded Square back in 2009. And I bet a ton of people use Square. Like when you go into your place, so for example, like when we go to our boat launch and I need to buy the boat launch ticket and like some ice, they use Square. And so when I'm going to pay for it, you can just tap your phone. It's like a little square, or they've got the thing that you plug into your phone and you can slide your card. And so Square is a very large payment processing system. And now for it to be able to accept Bitcoin, what this means is instead of having to go Bitcoin, cash out, pay that fee, cash out from wherever it is to your bank, pay another fee. So now instead of having to pay all those fees, you're just going to be able to directly spend your Bitcoin. How nice is that?
You realize what this means?
Bitcoin's going to take over?
No, not true.
Well, that's
too slow for transactions.
So
can't do enough transactions per second to take over. Remember, the narrative is store of value, Deanna. I know you're on the inside where people like call you and say, hey, remember the narrative, Deanna. With Bitcoin, it's the store of value. I only say that because oftentimes I'll see these people on, NBC, Bloomberg, CNBC, CBS, ABC, all the stations. Yeah. And I'm like, Deanna said that a few weeks ago.
I know.
Is she part of the group that gets the memos on what the narrative should be? And I'm like, possibly, quite possibly she is.
I am.
I don't know. And I'm not asking you to reveal or divulge if that is indeed the case, but I'm not saying that you are. That would be too far elite, but you're pretty close to someone that's directing the narratives that are out there.
Thank you. So you were saying that it's not going to be fast enough transactions. Is that where you were going with it? Because of the
I do not want to talk bad about. I'm feeling positive energy.
No. I have an answer for you on that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So back in the day, I used to work for GoCoin, which was a crypto payment processing company.
Familiar.
And what can happen is the payment processor can allow you to set a level. So you could say, I'm willing to accept a payment with 0 confirmations. I'm willing to accept a payment with 1 confirmation. And so you don't actually have to wait for all 6. As soon as you get 1, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing 0, but as soon as you get 1 confirmation, right, then you can accept a transaction. They do put the risk on the merchant. So if for some reason that transaction wouldn't go through, the merchant would have to eat it. I don't think I ever saw that situation happen just because of the way Bitcoin works. So you don't have to have that 10-minute settlement time. It does within the actual Bitcoin like foundation, the way the technology works. But when you're talking,
wait, did you say Cash App? Did you really?
I didn't say, but
no, that's kind of what they're
my go-to before.
Well, look what they're saying. All Bitcoin conversions are powered by Cash App. Transaction data and history are still available to you in Cash App, and you'll receive a tax form for this activity from Cash App. So the only thing that still, I thought the big news was going to be that they're betting on the idea at some point, if it's a currency, right? This is functioning literally transactionally. It's an accounting nightmare to try to tax all this stuff. And right now they're saying, we're going to put that off to the Cash App so that it can be handled. I mean, at some point, part of this component, right, to the Clarity Act has to be some of these are going to get classified truly as currencies. Like you would think about the French franc or the British pound or Euro pound or whatever, the euro, whatever they call it. Like all these things and the different denominations. What if you just thought of a cryptocurrency literally as a currency? Then you wouldn't have taxable events. Then you could transact. I mean, we're on our way to that. Or do you think this still holds out as a taxable event?
Man, I think if you go by IRS standards, it's a taxable event. But it was funny that you're saying that because now I'm kind of running through it in my head. Okay, let's go back. It really depends on how it happens. So the way GoCoin did it was they were smart. Shout out to my man Steve because he's an OG, and him and Brock Pierce came up with this and they killed it. Although it's not operational anymore, but who knows? It might make a comeback, especially these days. But GoCoin, you weren't actually you weren't flipping your coins. So you would send your coins to GoCoin and GoCoin would send you cash. Does that make sense? So there is no actual so it's separate reserves. It's I'm giving you Bitcoin and then I'm giving you cash. So the Bitcoin you gave stayed Bitcoin. It's never turned into cash. The third party now becomes the mediator and gives you cash for the transaction while keeping the Bitcoin.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So what if I told you that I thought, and I'm not part of the narrative group. I don't get to know what the headline. I don't know. I watch. I find out with
we're going to bring you in at some point, Jim. We're going to get you there.
What's that?
We're going to get you there at some point.
I mean, maybe if I keep working hard enough and keep hanging around you, but you have like right now it's like the Bitcoin and Square. So here's what I do though. I go down the rabbit hole and I've got something about, you brought up Jack Dorsey. Yeah,
I did.
See, I think this whole thing to get Bitcoin out in front is great. Bitcoin to me, great test. Kind of sounds like Bitcoin. Is that bad? I don't know.
I don't know.
But look what I know. Look what Reddit has shared with me through one of the deep dives that I've done. See, Jack Dorsey holds 2 billion stellar lumens. Once he gets the railroad set up, you realize XLM, like the transaction fees on XLM, the volume's higher, the transactions are faster. They say XLM is set up for retail. Square is set up for retail. Jack Dorsey's there with the retail. Jack understands Bitcoin. Let's be clear.
Very much so.
He also has 2 billion reasons to be concerned.
What a genius, right? Like you get your foot in the door with Bitcoin and then it's only a matter of time and you slip your coin in there too. So I think, this is what I love about this technology is that, you can grab it and you can make it do things that you want it to do that increase your opportunities, that increase other people's opportunities. You can get creative with it, right? And so it presents all these new things that never existed before. I think what he's doing is brilliant. I didn't even realize he owned that much Stellar, but that's.
Oh, you ready for this?
Kudos to him.
When they did the transaction in 2014, I almost lost my mic. I was gotten too excited. When he did the transaction in 2014, back then XLM had an escrow. You familiar with escrow?
Yes.
So they would issue new coins. So they too, like XRP, had 100 billion, whatever the number was. Well, now today they agreed to, I think, to stay out of the way of some of the government stuff, some of the SEC stuff when it was more hostile SEC. They agreed to burn their escrow. But I don't think they called up Jack and said, "Hey, Jack, we're burning the escrow. Can you give us back that original that we got?" So quite literally overnight, I'm not saying it doubled in value, but if you look, and I'll show you here in just a second, have you heard that particular?
What he's playing on what you're playing on right now, Jim, is if you guys haven't, go back and watch another episode that we had talked about where we're talking with stable coins and the market cap matters and how many coins are in circulation matters. And so when you decrease the amount of coins in circulation or that are out there, then the value goes up. Just like the dollar, if we were to get rid of some of the dollars, our value would go up. But because we kept printing money and there's more dollars, the value goes down. So it matters. How many coins are circulating matters. So if they're burning their escrow, that'll do it.
Yeah. And look at this. You got Stellar right now at number 15 in market cap with 32 billion out there. And the max supply, I think, is, there you go, 50 billion. And again, at one point, they were at the same place, right? They're getting to that threshold, I would say a little bit faster. They're at 64% and XRP's at 59. And in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking that XLM is more retail and XRP is more institutional because the cost per transaction is so low. There could be upside potential in Stellar. I'm not here to say. But when I see Square putting that out there, knowing that Jack Dorsey is a big part of it and that Bitcoin could be the example by which things are developed, and that Stellar, because it'd be more efficient, more practical, could be utilized not in lieu of, not in place of, but at some point in the future on those same rails, I get excited about the potential there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think it'll be interesting. If, it's still a speculative market, right? And so the question will be, do people spend it? You know what I mean? How many people would you spend your Bitcoin? If you went somewhere and bought a cup of coffee, would you use Bitcoin for it?
No.
See my
Would
point?
you?
Because I have. I don't know if I would now, but I have.
Looking back, you're like, might not have been the best decision.
Trust me, wasn't my best days. But when I first got into crypto, I tried to live off of it for a year. So I didn't know. I didn't like, how viable of a product is this? What can I do? What can I not do? What, you know what I mean? Like, is it reality that this could be a monetary thing one day? And there were definitely a lot of hiccups. But again, this was back in 2017. So we're 8 years later, right? And now we're getting a lot more mass adoption. So I do think it's nice. I think, what we're going to start seeing is people have more opportunities. Maybe you don't want to even participate in the US dollar anymore. Now you have other currencies you could go to. And while you're watching it as a speculative thing, at some point, let's say our government never opens back up. I hope that's not a thing.
The episodes just ended. You were so good at the schmoverment, but the schmoverment, you just...
Can I say schmoverment and you can just voice it over?
I don't know. I don't know.
We could do like the did you, after Jimmy Kimmel, that when his whole thing happened, did you watch the other late night show when they gave their monologue and he was like talking, but then it was like a voiceover of it? I feel like we could do that. We
could do a voiceover. We can. We probably should just have a standard tape ready to hit the button instead of like a beep, beep. So that just have it like a.
I get into a flow and I forget. I get into a flow.
It's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, there you go.
I think timing and utilization are very key. Let me give you one. And cost, timing, and utilization. Here's my quick story. I'm like 8 years old. There's this new basketball player. I'm going to date myself, named Michael Jordan. And I want to buy his rookie card. And his rookie card cost $50. That was a lot of money back then. And I was asking the parents if I could get the rookie card. And they said, no way are we paying $50 for that guy that wears baggy shorts. I'm like, he's the greatest player ever. Come on. So they let me buy a pack of the card for $7. And I got one of the Michael Jordan rookie cards out of it.
Lucky.
So not unlike the people that put their favorite baseball players in the spokes of their bicycles. I didn't do that, but I put it on my corkboard, put a pin in it, and it crimped the corners. And this card, which would be worth several $1,000s, because I wanted to utilize it. I wanted to see it in action. I wanted to see it work. So I thought
you were going to pull it off your shelf in a minute and be like, here, I still have it. It's like laminated and.
Oh no, I do. You want here? You got to carry the show. I will be right back.
Yeah, I'll carry the show. While we're waiting on Jim, why don't you guys take this opportunity to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss when we put out a new episode. And if you like what you hear and you enjoy our commentary, please share this with your friends because we love to spread the education.
Yeah, and look, I know Scottie Pippen's into crypto. When Michael decides to get in the space, we'll definitely have him as a guest on the show. This is that card.
Look at it.
I mean, isn't that a beautiful picture? Like, just like a beautiful Bitcoin. You got to be careful when you choose to use it. And so I don't know if you can see, we're going to close in. See those rough corners, those rough edges?
Yeah, a little bit.
That was because, I wanted to utilize it. And maybe I should have put it in this little plastic glass a long time ago.
Yeah.
It'd be worth a lot more, Deanna, a lot more. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to think about it. I still cherish the idea to be patient, to HODL, but I think you also get to protect what you HODL.
Well, so if you feel that way about your card, imagine how I feel about all the people I tipped in Bitcoin back in 2018. It was like $3,000. I remember moving. I tipped all the movers in Bitcoin. I got I met Sarah. I gave her Ethereum. I tried to give her Ethereum. Some Congress guy. I tried to give him Bitcoin. He was like, "We can't accept that stuff," and I was like, "Well, that's on you."
Yeah,
Shame on
I mean,
me.
right? Like at the end of the day, when you want utilization, we both do. I did with this, you did with that, you did with Bitcoin. You want people to join you in the experience. I think I got to
do.
figure out a way to get like two. Next time, I'm going to be patient. Instead of one Bitcoin or one Michael Jordan card, you get two. One of them you put in your bicycle spokes. The other one you just park away and hold
Right.
on to it. See what happens.
Yeah.
And that's
There you
probably
go.
a great ending to this episode of All Time High. Not financial advice. Do
No.
your own research.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, share, follow, do all the things, and have a great
Come
day.
back.
Come back next time. We'll see you on All Time High.
Bye.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my